Welcome to Oilers Nation Every Day with your hosts, Tyler and Liam.
It is March 3rd, and the Edmonton Oilers are in a wild card spot. Let's get into it with the lead. It's no time for joking. You want me to start these shows with a joke? The Seattle Kraken just passed the Oilers yesterday. I'm freaking out, man.
What? Why? It's all good. No panic.
No panic?
Nah.
Jay? Welcome into Oilers Nation Every Day, everybody. Also, I forgot to put this in the prep sheet. It is a home game day edition of the show. Woo. As always, brought to you by our friends at Sports Closet. Check them out online at sportscloset.ca. We got to do a mystery player in a little bit. I'm going to have to prep
Derek
that.
Brassard.
Why'd you say it? Why'd you say it? We could have gotten away with it, too. Weren't you meddling kids? Anyways, the show is also brought to you by Bet365. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365. Game day edition of the program is brought to you by Capital Buick GMC. How about this? Our friends at GMC. Liam, Truck Month is on right now at GMC. If you've been If you've been waiting for the perfect time to upgrade your ride, this is it. The 2026 Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab is built to stand out and is now available at 0% financing for 72 months. That's 6 years. It's got a 2-inch factory lift with off-road suspension and a 5.3-liter V8 engine that delivers the kind of power you can actually feel when you hit the gas.
Damn. I forgot what you want me to say.
During Truck Month, you can get into your very own. Now's the time to head down to the dealership, take it for a spin, and see what the Sierra 1500 Pro Graphite Crew Cab can really do. Our friends at Capital Buick GMC are located at 9751 34th Ave Northwest or online at capitalgmcbuick.ca. Jay will be along. He did tell us. I mean, his exact words, I texted him and said, "Hey, you on the show today?" And his response was, "Yep, I'm so back." And it's 12:02 and he's not here, so I'd say truer words have never been spoken.
Jay's on a roll already.
Yeah, he's down. He's down.
I forgot to send you my bet, Aaron, so I'm going to do that right now.
Ooh, yeah, you might want to get that in. You might want to get that in. Betting
on
challenge.
in, Jay.
Oh, 12:03. Famously. Oh, that's why.
That's why we wear indoor shoes and.
Well, no, that's why you don't
shoes in the workplace.
That's why you don't need flip flops.
You and
need
Chalmers.
normal
Ask
shoes.
Chalmers, who takes nails to the feet on the reg.
Wow, that's just silly.
Welcome back. It's been over a month since you've been on the show.
Has it been a month?
Well, 3 weeks of the Olympics, and before that, I think you missed a full 2 weeks. So it might honestly be 5 weeks now.
Damn.
Well, I
week.
feel like it's been a while, and I feel like I missed this. I got a lot of pent up energy.
Really?
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
We have a banging show coming your way.
3 cups of coffee.
I had 2 today because I brought one from home. Then I was like, ooh, I really want to roll up the rim today. So then I got another one on my way to the office. I'm wired too.
Did you win?
Nope. 0-2.
Damn.
Yeah, it's all right. Jason York is going to join us at 12:30. He is our friend from Coming in Hot, the show that covers the Ottawa Senators here at the Nation Network. He's also a former senator himself. Former Ottawa senator. Does not play a role in government or politics. Yet. Yorkie's going to join us at 12:30, and then Steve Peters is going to join us at 1 o'clock when we let go of Jay. And Steve Peters was the video coach in Arizona when Connor Murphy started his NHL career. And Connor Murphy, of course, the flavor of the day
Connor
here.
Murphy!
You were fired up yesterday.
Hey, where's my Chappelle? Where's my Chappelle fans? Right Connor Murphy! What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap!
You're fired up about Connor Murphy?
You've never watched the Chappelle Show?
No, I honestly haven't.
Oh, man.
That's the least surprising thing.
Like I said, there's only a few things in life I wish I could watch for the first time again. And the Rick James, Charlie Murphy series on Chappelle Show are that.
All right.
They hold up because it's a mini docu-series.
Okay. I didn't
True
know
events.
That. What streaming service? Who knows?
Where's Chappelle Show, chat?
I think it's Netflix.
Pluto TV. It's also free. It's also on that TV there, Ty. We might have to do a little research.
Put it on after the show. Put it on right now.
Oh, man. It's so good. It's so good.
Game day edition of things here on the show. Edmonton taking on Ottawa tonight. I know what you're all wondering. Are you going to get to see Connor Murphy? You won't. You're going to have to wait till Friday to see Connor Murphy.
Doesn't get in until like a few hours before the game.
Yeah.
Which,
We
I don't know.
traded for him yesterday.
Also,
Why wasn't he on a flight
kind of
yesterday?
BS. Leon flew in right from Germany a couple of weeks ago.
I
We're
thought
coming
the-
from Chicago.
I thought the Edmonton gold standard is we just send a jet and get you here ASAP.
Whoa.
What? What happened?
Trade?
Darren Dreger. It's not a trade, but it's a juicy It could be a pretty juicy
Is
something.
it what Jeff said?
GMs are describing the NHL landscape as a buyer's market. Tons of players in play. Keep an eye on the Buffalo Sabres. Sources say talks between Buffalo and St. Louis involving Robert Thomas are heating up.
Oh, cool. Get him away from the West. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, get him out of the West. That's fine. The one surprising thing about that, he's got a full no move. Full no trade. Sorry. Same thing, I guess. Full no trade. I'm surprised Robert Thomas is going to put his hand up and say, yeah, I'll go to Buffalo.
He's from Toronto.
That's fair. Close to home. I mean, they're primed to make the playoffs. I can
Buffalo's
see.
exciting.
Well, yeah, they're about to end the longest playoff drought in the NHL in
They're
all of pro
exciting.
sports.
Are they the longest drought in North American sports?
Yeah.
Is that what you just said?
Them and the Jets are always the Jets tie them, and then the Sabres take the lead. Then the Jets tie them, and the Sabres take
And
the
it's
lead.
crazy because the last time the Jets were in the playoffs, they went to back-to-back AFC Championship games.
Correct.
With Mark Sanchez.
So,
What's he up to?
Yeah.
well, that might be how hard they party in Buffalo if they win a playoff round this year. But anyways, Robert Thomas potentially on the move to the Buffalo Sabres. So we will be keeping our eyes on that story as we work our way through the show.
Okay, I'll give you my mock trade in 1 minute. 60 seconds.
Okay,
That
60
was-
Or
second
Robert
mock trade.
Thomas, what the package is?
Yes.
From Buffalo.
From Buffalo.
Okay, and then I'll try to throw them together too.
Oh, they have to move money in this deal.
7.3,
Oh,
or
power.
nah, because once you send down one guy,
His
you
own
can.
power part of your package?
No.
He's a left shot. I think they want a right shot.
Very interesting. I don't know yet. I'm still at 55 seconds.
Well, and boatload of
So
picks.
their most recent first round pick is Consta Hellenius.
I got it. I got it.
I know what it is.
Me too.
Okay, what do you think it is?
2 first-round picks
Okay.
and Jack Quinn.
Ooh, I'm going to say you're off because
Oh.
reports are that St. Louis really wants a right shot defenseman
Oh, well,
in the deal.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do. Radim Murchka.
Who?
Radim Murchka, their first round pick from this last year,
Okay, so it'd be Jack Quinn, Radim Murchka,
and a first round
and
pick.
a first-round pick.
Yeah,
That's
Radim Murchka was selected
Ninth overall.
Ninth overall last year, yeah.
Let's go.
That's your right shot defenseman. Jack Quinn is the young project they'll take back, and they'll get a first round pick too. Boom, boom. There's
I
your
thought it
deal.
was 2 first round picks.
Well,
Just one?
Murchka will be
would
the
be
other one.
the equivalent to a first.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. That's your deal.
Stay tuned,
From
folks.
the news desk of Oilers Nation every day, we're calling it. Robert Thomas is going to be a Buffalo Sabre, but in all
All
seriousness,
their credibility on the line.
yeah, this is what we've decided to put it on the line
This
for.
is it. This is it.
This is like yesterday when we shut down. We stayed. It was
Oh,
basically
that's
dead
so
on
annoying.
1:30 when Friedman was like, "Hey, the Murphy Oilers thing is going to happen." And we're like, "All right, we're going to stay on until we get the return." So we stay on until 2:00, and we're like, "Okay, this return might not come for a few hours." So we end the show. Then 4 minutes later, Spec tweets out the return, and we had to fire up a whole new stream. Great for our numbers this
Great.
month.
That's the way to play the game.
Yeah.
Chop it up. Chop it up.
But anyways, we'll keep an eye on the Robert Thomas thing as we work our way through the show. The Oilers won't have Connor Murphy in the lineup tonight as they take on the Ottawa Senators. They did do some jumbling of the lines, though, tonight. So let's start there. From morning skate with the Edmonton Oilers. Aaron, do we have the updated lines? Okay. So this is what they practiced with yesterday. McDavid with Nugent Hyman, Draisaitl with Podkolzin and Kapanen. So reuniting that trio. Roslovic is going to center, Savoy and Frederick, Lazar, Henrique. They have to have another player there. Oh,
Nope.
Szymanski. So Lazar, Henrique, Szymanski, and then the blue line, Wallman, Bush, Nurse, Emberson, Ekholm, Stasny. So Josh Szymanski was on the ice this morning, by the way, for the Edmonton Oilers. So sounds like he is going to be in the lineup tonight.
Anytime goal?
Really? Is that in your parlay?
No.
Oh, I was going to say.
I don't think you can find it.
Yeah.
I'd bet it.
To me, what this, like, Draisaitl with Pods and Kapanen, that I'm fine with that. Although I will say I liked Podkolzin when he was playing on a line with Freddie because I feel like he was almost dragging Freddie into the fight a little bit. And we got a couple of really good games out of Trent Frederic coming out of the break here. But still, Frederic scored his 1 goal when he was with Savoy. And I do think as much as this could be viewed as like Savoy starts playing well, they move him down the lineup. I think they're doing this, and in a way, they're keeping him with Roslovic. I think they're trying to build a third line that is capable of scoring some goals and producing some offense. Like, I don't view this so much as a Savoy demotion as I do like, oh, he's humming, and they want him to drive play.
I would agree. I think Savoy and Frederic, honestly, all three of them, I guess, that line have come back and been pleasant surprises, you could say, since the break. Especially Frederic, he has found his game, which is really positive, thank goodness. To be a negative Nancy on it just screams to me how much they need a third-line center as well.
And we'll talk about that.
But I like this lineup for tonight. I do wonder how long Kapanen lasts on that second line now. No one only played 1 game since coming back, but was really good. But we also know he's a bit of a streaky player too. And I think Roslovic, I just think he provides more value next to Draisaitl. And I think you need him there in the playoffs.
What is interesting about that third line center idea is you can really see how the puzzle pieces kind of go when you just go put a center in that Roslovic spot, Roslovic on that left wing. So you go Roslovic, new center, Savoy, fourth line, Lazar, Henrique, Freddie. Boom. It all kind of just slots together nicely.
And just be an energy line.
I also do think if they can free up the necessary cap space, which would involve trading Andrew Mangiapane, I could also see how adding both a center and a winger could also start to slot things pretty well, because then if you put maybe another pure scorer on the side of Leon Draisaitl, and then you slide a third-line center in there, and then Kapanen's on the fourth line with Henrique and Freddie, then it's like, okay, like the Janmark injury, again, the cap space is great. You lost a penalty killer. That obviously sucks. But the Janmark injury also opens up a spot in that bottom 6 for you to maybe go make another ad. Like, Knobloch loves Janmark. Janmark, no matter how hard he struggles offensively, would not come out of the lineup. But now maybe Bowman sits there and goes, I can add a couple of pieces now.
So we played a game, the third line center game. Where are our heads at right now?
That is something we were going to talk about in our hit segment, Is It Cake?
Should we just do it?
Yes.
We've turned it into...
Did I create the Is It Cake?
Yes, you did.
That's all right.
And we've
found
turned
it.
it into a weekly bit. We've done it 6 times since you invented it. And this is
since I invented it.
This is only the second
Chris
time.
Chalmers did.
Yeah. But just a couple more things tonight. Obviously, last night, the Seattle Kraken beat the Carolina Hurricanes, which means Seattle has leapfrogged the Edmonton Oilers. And I threw out a tweet kind of saying, like, the Oilers are now the 8th seed. If the playoffs started today, the Edmonton Oilers are playing Colorado in round 1 of the playoffs. They need to start winning because you need to be in that 3 spot at the absolute worst. But the issue now becomes that the Oilers, San Jose's 4 points back of you with 3 games in hand. You don't control your own fate for the playoffs.
They got to just start the winning machine.
Yeah.
Like, for the love of Jeebus.
They do. And someone pointed out to me that the Oilers do still technically control their own fate in the playoffs, because if they win all 3 of their games against the Vegas Golden Knights, they will leapfrog the Vegas Golden Knights and hold the tiebreaker.
I think they have a ton of divisional games the rest of the way. And I mean, we've kind of said this whole season.
Just win.
They just have to win these
Just
games.
win some damn games.
So they got Vegas, San Jose, Vegas, Anaheim, Seattle, Vegas, San Jose, LA, Vancouver. They have 9 more divisional games the rest of the way. And that's why I'm not worried about it.
But they just went...
But they got to win.
They went
I know,
1
they
and
have
2.
to win.
They got to win.
I
And
know.
they've been doing things that make me think they can't win. But I am drinking so much goddamn Kool-Aid with this Connor Murphy trade that all they can do is win.
The only team above them that I truly believe will win, like, I think Anaheim's the only team I look at. I was like, they're actually good.
Yep.
I don't, just Vegas even.
Got the goalie.
They're a bit inconsistent, and that's the problem. Like, every team that's trying to push for a playoffs is incredibly inconsistent. And I think if there's one team that we should believe in, it's
Pacific
the
Division
Oilers.
defined.
Yeah, and like we mentioned yesterday, there's only one team with a winning record in the
Like
Pacific.
Seattle's in the mix. They were written off a month ago.
Yeah, they figured it out. They just need one decent run.
They haven't had one.
I know, and it's got to come, maybe. But they just need one. And
Even
if they get one,
can
they
just
win.
at like at a 6-6-7 win percentage from now on.
Win 2 of every 3.
Yeah,
2 of every 3.
That's fine.
Well, okay, what's the 21 games? So if they go 14-7, they'll finish with 94 points this year.
there you go.
And that's probably enough to hold off Seattle.
But you don't want to play Colorado in the first.
You got to get up
unless
in the
you
standings.
want to, and then you got that dragon dead.
Yeah, no, but then you're on the central side of the whole bracket.
I know, and then you do
I don't
not
want
want
that.
to see Minnesota at all.
No, or Dallas. Well, Dallas, they kind of have they have their number, but still.
But
Yeah.
guys, we just become a different team in the playoffs. Remember?
I'll
so
say this.
stupid.
I think if they want a divisional spot, they have to go 15-6. And what would help with that is if they can rattle off a nice little
10-game heater.
8-1-1 in their next 10, and then all of a sudden it feels better.
Fucking do it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jay. I'm with you.
Like that. This season's been nothing short of frustrating.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It is so frustrating.
Failure.
Well, whatever. And they're running on low fumes and blah, 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 blah. And we can
Jesus.
create all these narratives.
Most of the team had 3 weeks off. Like,
I know. And then
they should be rested and ready to go. It's a shame that, again, the goaltending and defense let them down the way it did, because that very easily could have been a 3-0 road trip. And it wasn't.
It should have at least been.
1-1-1. Should have gone a point and a
They
half.
scored
should've gone all the
17 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's pretty
I know.
clear where the problem has come.
Yep. Chili says, to be the best, you got to beat the best. I'd rather be on the Pacific side still, and I get what you're saying, but no, you'd rather lock in on the Pacific side. So they got to start winning games here at some point. You mentioned just the fact that this has been a bit of a failure. Do we want to do the Darnell Nurse quote?
Sure. Which one? There's so many.
Well, not the
nowadays.
one from Jeff today on DFO Live, because that was interesting. But Darnell Nurse, who, to be fair, we criticized him for not taking accountability after the San Jose game. He was pretty snippy with Mark Spector in the postgame. Today, he had a bit of a different tune. Let's take a listen. Darnell Nurse talking after skate today.
You've always held yourself to a high standard. You've talked about that before. How much more do you think you have kind of in the tank to give between now and the end of the season and kind of where your game's at?
Yeah, I'm not. It's 61 games, and I think we're minus 12 and have 20 points. I'm not happy about that at all. With that said, if we're going to reach the goal that we want to reach, I got to step up for sure. And there's a lot of hockey to be played, and I think that's the excitement, the opportunity, and that's the accountability. And who I owe that to is those guys in the room. That's it. No one else, and showing up here each and every day and giving everything I have for each guy in there, and enjoying it.
He certainly has to be better. I'm fascinated to see where they slot him once Murphy's available to play.
Well, someone put in the chat earlier, they listened to Knobloch's media today, and he made it seem like Nurse's minutes weren't getting reduced, which I think is just a bad idea. Yeah, like the fact he's playing the most minutes out of any defenseman is almost idiotic, because he's just not that player, and I think you're just putting him out there in too many situations where he's going to make a mistake. I think Nurse is capable of playing, obviously, meaningful minutes, but why does he need to play 20 to 22 minutes when he could probably be good enough if you played 17 to 18 minutes? Like, taking away 2 or 3 shifts can be a big positive, and I think can actually help him.
The right
it just
way
doesn't seem like they want to do that, and I don't understand why. It's not like the other 3 defensemen ahead of him, Wallman, Bouchard, and Ekholm, are all playing bad. Like, Wallman, you can have your debate whatever you want, but like, surely one of them can take on an extra shift here and there and get going.
The right way to roll the blue line, and we'll get Petey's take on this at 1 o'clock because he has a bit more of a breakdown, but like Ekholm, Bouchard, Wallman, Murphy, Nurse, Emberson. That should be the way you roll it. And as much as it sucks that he's 9 point whatever on your third pairing, put the guy in a position to succeed.
Yeah. And I think, too, like, the comments after the game against, it was San Jose.
Yeah.
I don't think they were very good. But sometimes when you're in the moment and you kind of step away, reevaluate everything.
Yep.
I'm sure he does somewhat regret saying exactly what he said, and then obviously coming out today and readdressing it is a good thing.
On that note, this is what Jeff Merrick had to say to me today on Daily Faceoff Live. Every weekday, 10 a.m. Mountain, with myself and Carter Hutton on the Daily Faceoff YouTube. As this is Merrick's quote now. I'm really starting to wonder now if they end up doing something really big. As Friday approaches, I'm really getting warmer to the idea that the team we all might be talking about by the time the deadline rolls around on Friday are the Edmonton Oilers. Maybe it's that blockbuster that no one sees coming. Maybe it's someone like, again, and to be fair to Merrick, he clarifies this. Again, this isn't a report. This is just a conversation leading up to the deadline on Friday. do they look at doing something with Darnell Nurse? It's interesting because I think they would love to.
It's impossible, essentially. But once again, it's Kool-Aid season.
Gun to your head. Brad Tree Living calls you. Your stand moment. Pick up the phone. Pick up the phone right now.
Brad, I'm sorry. I'm busy.
Darnell Nurse.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. Sorry.
And your first round pick for Morgan Riley. Waited.
Oh.
Fifth. Sorry, I had to kill you.
He's a Moose Jaw warrior.
He is.
Oh, man. I don't know. He's been struggling, though, isn't he? He's got his boots are an issue.
He's
struggling in the Craig Berube system.
Yeah.
He's bad.
Thing is, it's the thing with Darnell Nurse is he's got all the tools. He actually has all the tools.
Agreed.
And sometimes the processor is the issue. I just like he can physically skate himself out of a jam.
He's the most athletic skater on the team.
Why would you trade for Morgan Riley?
I think the Oilers
cannot do that.
Get a lot worse if they get Morgan Riley.
I agree. I had to think about that.
I don't think they get a lot worse. I think they get $2 million cheaper.
I don't think that's worth a first round pick.
$2 million a year for the next 4 years. Morgan
for a
Riley.
Player that they're the same age.
Give me a
they're the
different
same draft
hypothetical.
class. I don't think there
Which
is
GM
one.
am I now?
Well,
I'm still Stan.
Well, let's do. We can do is it cake. I also just wanted to see, like, in 2 years, if you were to buy out Morgan Riley, how appetizing is that buyout? It's pretty good. Pretty good. It'd be Neil for Lucic is what it would be.
Which the Oilers didn't have to give up a first in that deal.
No, they didn't. But again, the money was closer on that. But anyways, let's do a little is it cake. I give you guys a line. You tell me, is it cake or not?
Okay.
I haven't had lunch yet, so this is very interesting.
First question. There is no chance that Darnell Nurse gets traded at the deadline.
Cake.
That is so cake.
So you're saying 0.000. No way, Jose.
There's also another thing to consider here.
Okay.
His wife just had a baby like 3 days ago. Mm-hmm. There's no way Nurse is going to be like, see ya.
He does have to waive, which is obviously a big part of this calculation, which is why I basically only bring up the Toronto thing as a possibility because I don't think he waives to go anywhere else.
Cake.
Cake? No shot? You're saying cake?
Cake. Big cake.
Everyone in the chat, cake.
McDowell's
Next
always
one.
a chance. Sure.
The Athletic put out their bold predictions for all 32 teams ahead of the deadline.
Remember, the Athletics on the report that Oilers had the best decor leading into the season. Rag.
Their report or their bold prediction for the Oilers was that they will trade Matt Savoy at the deadline. That leans towards the conversation of they're going to do something big and crazy that no one sees coming. Cake or no cake, Matt Savoy gets traded by Friday.
No cake.
I would say no cake. I think he's in play. Right? No cake means he's in
Cake
play?
would mean he's...
Oh, cake. Yeah. I
traded.
think that could be cake.
You think there's a chance he gets traded?
To support Merrick's comment, something like that needs to happen.
I think
I'm not saying I
more
agree.
likely.
Yep.
But Savoy's better. And you need to give up the better.
I just don't know what they could possibly do with the cap space they have that would get them into a situation where they traded Savoy. That would be the only reason I would say not cake. I just don't know what that could be. They have like $3 million.
But maybe it's like that's how you take Mangiapane, as if you throw in a Savoy to then open up
So much.
you don't know what I gotta say. Like it's Savoy's only in play if it's a blockbuster.
Fair.
And for it to be
That's
a
what I'm saying.
blockbuster,
It has to be a blockbuster. Who would be a blockbuster ad?
Can I give you a crazy theory? And this would not involve Matt Savoy.
Sure.
What if Buffalo's doing the Robert Thomas thing because they're going to move Alex Tuck?
Then cake. I would be on the cake front. But why would Buffalo want Matt Savoy back?
No, that's what I mean. It would be Howard over Savoy in that scenario. But like that just popped into my head. Little fun one.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
But wouldn't they want Tuck for the run?
Probably, but maybe they know they aren't going on a run. They're just going to be happy to get in, and they'll sit there and say, hey, everybody, don't be pissed at us for trading Alex
We're here
Tuck.
now, guys. We're here.
Robert Thomas is going to be here for the next 6 seasons, like whatever. Someone said Jason Robertson. There's no way Dallas trades him
You
here.
don't want him.
There's
There's a lot of drama that comes with that guy.
There is,
as we've learned.
Yeah.
the other thing to consider if Savoy was to get traded. Colorado set the market last season with Brock Nelson when they traded Cal Ritchie in that deal. They overpaid for Brock Nelson. How everyone looks at that deal. Brock Nelson's also been unreal for them, so
And
it's
they
well
signed him.
worth it. So
Okay. Next up on Is It Cake, because I know our guest is going to be here in a few minutes. Yesterday on his hit radio show, Bob Stauffer laid out the type of player the Edmonton Oilers are looking at. Here is the criteria. Sorry, this was on GYB. This is what Bob said. They're targeting a guy. I love when Bob does shit like this. They're targeting a guy who makes $2.5 to $3.5 million.
Do we know if that's retained or not?
No idea. Right shot center, plays on an Eastern team, and it's not Toronto. So here are the players that somewhat fit that criteria. The first guy, if you leave out the it's not Toronto part, and this guy's been heavily connected to the Oilers, Nicholas Waugh. The idea of acquiring Nicholas Waugh, cake or no cake?
well, you just said it's not Toronto.
I know, but let's
So
pretend.
not cake.
But would you like him?
I'm no cake, anyways.
Yeah, no, not cake.
For all the people, and we've been getting a lot of Nicholas Waugh questions and a lot of mock trades with Nicholas Waugh. He can't score. He can't skate.
Sounds like the current Oiler.
He's
whoever
Adam.
sits in that position.
He's just Adam Henrique.
Less handsome.
Less handsome
Actually, I
Adam
don't know what he
Henrique.
looks like. I shouldn't say that.
I can take a
But
peek for it.
Henrique's a handsome bugger.
I don't understand the love for Nicholas Waugh.
I think he's a good player.
He's pretty handsome.
But who's okay? So he is handsome. Damn it. Who's Bob talking about? Who could it be? So it's not.
Cody Glass is the next one. Cake or no cake? Cody Glass is a right shot. Cody Glass is on a New Jersey team that is presumably going to sell in the next few days here. He has one more year, $2.5 million, 26-year-old right shot center.
That sounds exactly what Bob is talking about.
It seems like cake.
That seems like there's a lot of cake there.
I think I'm kind of cake on Cody Glass.
Well, I'm cake on him being Bob's guy.
Yeah.
But are you cake on him personally?
Yeah, I would.
Give
probably
me
take
more.
him.
Give me
There
more
is-
on him.
There's only one more.
Well, so
No. More on Mr.
Cody
Glass.
Glass.
13 goals on the season. Only one of them came on the power play, so 12 goals away from the power play. That's always a number you have to look at for the Edmonton Oilers. He's not a great skater, would be the knock on him. I'm looking at his NHL Edge profile, below the 50th percentile in pretty much every metric. He has not had a speed burst above 22 miles per hour this year.
But maybe he doesn't need speed. How is he as like a distributor, facilitator?
Yeah,
He was a first round pick
he was.
by Vegas. Then they traded him for
Tuck. No.
no.
No. They traded
Tuck was
him.
a ransom payment.
No, it was
Really?
some weird trade. Traded in New Jersey by Pittsburgh. Oh, he was a part of the Nolan Patrick deal. Yeah, that was correct.
They got Nolan Patrick for God. What a bad trade.
Well, Nolan Patrick played, 2 more years and he had to retire.
Yeah.
And then he went from Pittsburgh to Nashville, and then he ended up in
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Who's
for Pittsburgh.
the other option?
So Cody Glass, by the way, this year, just to close this, has 19 points, 13 goals, 6 assists.
Yeah.
The third name is...
I will say something with him. Plays with Connor Brown and Gritsyuk.
Arseny Gritsyuk.
Both faster skaters.
Yeah, okay. So
Zach
maybe you could
Savoy-
put him
Zach
with...
Savoy and Roslovic.
Maybe.
Or Kappen, whoever.
Next name, right shot, makes $3.36 million. Center, 25 years old, pending RFA, Kirby Dach.
Oh,
Why does this stress you out so much?
You missed a
because
player.
I really like Kirby Dach, but he's just had a rough go.
8 even strength goals in 25 games this year.
I know.
So he is scoring at like a 26 goal pace with the Habs, playing 14 minutes a night.
I know. I like so much about him. It's just his injuries have
He
really
has-
prevented us from actually getting to see what he really is in the NHL.
He has never played 82 games in a season.
I know he's made of glass.
Ironically.
Bowman drafted him.
Bowman did draft him. And they shot up in that draft to get him. He was not supposed to go third overall. He was like a late top 10 pick.
And someone says no projects, but like you're playing him in the bottom 6 with Rico. Like you are keeping Henrique in this scenario. The past
There's so much upside with that guy.
And also, I wouldn't consider him a project anymore.
no,
He's been in the league for a while.
25
since he
years
was
old.
No,
Oh,
it's just he just can't establish himself because he keeps getting hurt.
Agreed. 6'4", right shot center.
Kurt in the chat, Gaz says Kirby Dach is made of cake.
Well,
He's
I wish.
soft. He's soft.
Well, is it like soft in the sense of he breaks, or does he actually play soft? I don't think he plays soft.
I don't think he plays soft. I think coming here too would be like a bit of a kick in the ass for
Well,
him.
he's a Fort Sask boy, isn't he?
So you're cake on Kirby Dach or no cake?
Oh man, I could eat some Dach cake.
Gross.
I could. I feel like the acquisition price would be low.
I think it might be low too. 25-year-old Cinnamon. I don't know what that would. I don't know. There's not many comparables. Probably. Would you give up a first?
I don't think you have
fuck
to.
no.
I don't think you have to.
No.
No.
You say-
I think that's like I think that deal happens because Montreal needs like a bit more cap space.
Because they're going for
Well, I thought they were
Robert
maybe going to go.
Thomas.
I thought they were going to maybe go for Robert
Cairo.
Thomas. And there's a report today from Panyota that LA is circling back on
Austin
Laine.
Matthews?
No, maybe. But let me just run you through some math. If the Habs keep half of Laine, dump him to LA for nothing, and then if they kept half of Kirby Dach and traded him to Edmonton,
He's a UFA.
yeah,
Or an RFA.
Or RFA, yeah. If they kept half of Dach, dumped him to Edmonton, they'd be sitting right around $7.5 million. That would be enough for them to get Thomas or Cairo. Interesting.
I'm very intrigued.
Someone said no, Daryl, no Dach. He's too breakable. Again,
You're
there's
not wrong.
risk.
You're not wrong.
There's risk, but that's why you'd be giving up like a third round pick for him.
The acquisition price is low.
Yeah,
Has he played? How many games has he played this season?
25.
25.
13 points though. Shit.
I
Playing
went to
14
one
minutes.
Canadians game this year, and he took 2 penalties like back to back.
Well, let's pretend that didn't happen.
You forgot a name.
I did.
Oh, that was a question. Nick Dowd.
That's true, Kerry. He was a Blade. I'm willing to forgo that.
Who was a Blade? Oh, yeah, he was
Kirby
yeah.
Dach.
Someone said trade Kapanen. He's always injured. What's the difference? I mean, that's a good point. Like, you'd have depth. It's not like you're bringing him in to be your second line center. Like Vancouver when they brought in Hedel in the Miller trade. It was like, why are you acquiring that guy to be your 2C? He can't stay healthy. And like, he hasn't. I don't like Nick Dowd. He's
He was
35.
He was another player that, in those parameters that Bob set, only 2 players fell into that category, and it was Cody Glass and Nick Dowd.
Washington wouldn't take Mangiapane back either.
I
Reunion?
like the idea of Nick Dowd
That's a fair point, though.
as a fourth liner.
Can he skate?
He's like, but he's like
No.
very capable. It doesn't matter though. I think he's like very
Yeah.
capable at his job.
This next
Yeah.
one ties into our next guest, who we're hoping to catch up with soon. Claude Giroux.
Oh, gee.
Can't skate.
Then
Right
ne-
shot, $2 million. He'd fit him in with ease. There's maybe a little bit of talk. Does he want to chase a ring? We'll maybe get Yorkie's answer on it here in a second. But
Yeah. Does he? It all comes down to that.
Yeah, 'cause
or
he's
is he
got a
just
full no
comfortable playing in his hometown.
because the other one that's interesting, this your final is it Kate question.
Yes.
A little rumbling yesterday from Sarah Volley that could Corey Perry be on the move out of LA?
Oh fuck.
Reunion with Corey Perry. Is it cake or no cake?
Oh, I'm just so mad that he went to LA to take the money.
Should have stayed here.
Like, why did you do that?
Seems pretty short-sighted.
It's just so dumb.
Yeah.
I
So
would-
would you want him back?
Because even half retained, he's $2 million.
Well, the bonus
No.
structure's funky.
Yeah, so he's actually
But
half
you're on
retained.
the hook for it.
Half
No, but
retained, he's only $1 million, and he's already hit, if I'm not mistaken.
He's hit a ton of his bonuses
All
already.
of
Well,
his
then you're on the hook.
bonuses.
Or is it,
No, no.
those
So-
are on LA's dime.
So he needs to play one more game, and then all his regular seasons and bonuses are cleared. And then if the others make it to the 3rd round, it's $500,000 on the cap next year.
So you could
So it's
get him
not
retained
bad.
to $1 million, then you could bring him in for 1.5.
Which
You're going to retain for half of that. His base salary is $1 million, isn't
No,
it?
it's 2.
It's
Oh, it's
2.
2. Oh,
So
Yeah.
you could get him retained 2 to 1, and you could be on the hook only if you make the 3rd round of the playoffs for another 500.
I mean,
God, we got to be past bringing back Corey Perry. I'm saying no cake. It's no cake.
I don't know, man. Like the guy has an impact on this team.
He's ageless. I couldn't care
He
less.
has
could
got
have no
an
feet, and
impact
I would
on
take
He
this
could
it.
be
team.
60. Bring him back.
He might be 60.
We don't know. No
I
birth
would,
certificate? Okay.
I would take him back in a heartbeat.
Cake?
Cake, all cake.
I'm saying no cake.
I'm going cake, but
You're going
like
cake,
it's got to
alright.
be a part of a series of deals.
Yes.
That's the only
If
thing we
that's
did.
the only
I'd be
one,
like,
I'm-
Yep.
But if
Take-
like we're
okay.
getting to close to, and they're like, we got Corey Perry, I'm like, great.
I'm like, balance. And then all you Perry jersey purchasers feel good.
Yeah, that's fair.
As you should.
All right, we got to get to our guest. Guest line is brought to you by Oodle Noodle. You can take advantage of the value menu deal and add 2 green onion cakes, 5 spring rolls, or 6 wontons to your order for just $2. Any signature premium box. And while you're sitting on the Oodle Noodle app, maybe check out the charity box or the community box for the month. All proceeds go towards our friends at Sports Centrals. We welcome in Jason York, former NHLer, one half of Coming in Hot in Ottawa. Yorkie, appreciate you giving us some time. How you doing?
How you doing, boys? I'm good. Fresh off the ice, a little Tuesday pickup. I just made it in time here for you guys. So, yeah, I'm good.
We appreciate you giving us some time on a game day here for both the Oilers and the Senators. We'll talk some trade stuff with you in a little bit, but Ottawa's just kind of biting right on the edge of the Eastern Conference playoff picture. And I think it's easy as someone who doesn't watch every Senators game to point to the numbers and go, man, goaltending has let them down this year. Is it that easy? Is it that simple to just be like goaltending's let them down, or are there other problems in Ottawa?
No, that's pretty much it. It's
All right.
there's some like if you're an analytics guy and you look at the numbers that the Ottawa Senators have put up this year as far as what they've allowed, their save percentage, their high danger chances, their expected goals, they're in the top 10 in a lot of those categories around the league. They're a real good defensive team. If you look historically at their save percentage, it's gotten better as of late. Allmark's back right now. He's been pretty good. But it hasn't been this bad since the inaugural season of the Ottawa Senators. Like, think about that. Think about how bad that original inaugural Ottawa Senators team was. That's the same save percentage you're talking about. So you can't win in this league if you get goaltending like that. And that was a major problem. It's gotten better. So this is the time right now, fellas. A lot's going to be said if you're looking at Ottawa right now. They've got Edmonton tonight, then they've got Calgary. I think they're 5 points out right now, that last spot behind Boston. So they're going to either be buyers or sellers, and I think a lot's going to be dependent on these next couple of games. But they're a lot better than numbers show, statistically wise. If they've got, and I say this all the time on our podcast, they don't need great goaltending. They just need good. If they get good goaltending, then they'll be fine.
You know
Sounds
who
like the Oilers.
I was gonna say, you know who else has been saying that all year? Us.
900,
That's been a long time story at Edmonton, fellas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liam?
So let's walk down the path of like they do well this week, and they get to the trade deadline. They decide they're going to buy. Where are they going to look to upgrade on this team?
It's a great question because if you look at this team, what they have in their minors, and you look at picks, there's not a lot there. So you're going to have to give somebody off your roster. And I don't know if they want to do that because this is a team that's playing really good hockey right now. I think they're playing some of their best hockey this season. And then, like I said, you can't really add a goaltender because Allmark's going to be your guy. So for me, if I'm going to do anything, maybe a right shot D, but hey, get in line, right? Edmonton just made that move for Connor Murphy, so there's one guy off the table. But if they're going to do something, I think it's going to be for now, but more of a guy that has some term. Because I think for Ottawa, if they don't make the playoffs, you don't want to get a rental. So maybe a defenseman with some term. I know they'd like another top 6 forward, but again, that's going to have a heavy price tag. And I just don't know if the Senators have the assets because they don't want to give up a Ridley Gregg. They don't want to give up a Shane Pinto. You don't want to give up a lot of these young players that are going to be part of the future. So they're in I would be fine if they didn't do anything because, like I said, this team is a good hockey team. They just need average to good goaltending. That's it.
Yeah, and it's so thin, the margins in that Eastern Conference right now, too. And it's just one of those things. You can look back through so many games and be like, oh, man, you get one more save there. You get one more save there. And, again, it's interesting to see the parallels between, them and the Oilers where, yeah, the Oilers have had a ton of games this year where it's like, oh, my God, you get one more save. The Oilers could be leading a division. Like, Ottawa gets 890 goaltending, and they might be 10 points better in the standings.
Yeah. There's a big difference between the two teams, though. One team has got Connor McDavid. The other team doesn't, and throw a little Leon Draisaitl. And I think the other difference, too, like Edmonton, when I watch them, they still give up the big mistakes, if especially defensively. Like they're a little loosey-goosey. If you watch Ottawa play, and you guys are going to see it tonight, they don't give you a lot. They're really good at stuff in the neutral zone, making you earn lines. And, it's going to be tough with last change, but I'm sure they'd like to get Shane Pinto out a lot against Connor. But for me, this is a huge game for both teams. Like Edmonton, I look at them. I'm sure you guys have talked about this on your show. What are they, 4 points? 4 points clear of the next team behind them, and everyone behind them has games in hand. Like they're not in a real cozy position either. So This to me is going to be a real competitive game tonight. Two teams that I think both need wins.
Yeah, and I think a lot of teams kind of came out of the Olympic break, and it was kind of like, all right, we just had 3 weeks off. Let's kind of ease on into this. But it's like there are 20-some games left in the season. Like if you don't kick it into high gear quick, losing 3 in a row or whatever, it could sink you at this point in the season. And I guess that's maybe where I want to go. Like Liam asked you the scenario of if they're buyers, what if they lose the next 2?
Yeah,
what if
who are you selling, Yorkie?
Yeah, who could the Sens sell?
I think Claude Giroux would be a very popular player. He's got a no move, so he's in total control. But if they lose these next couple games, and let's say the teams, it changes so much in the East, you could be 9 points out. You could be 7 points out come trade deadline. So if I was another team and playing GM here, I would Claude Giroux is a right shot center, wins draws, is dying to win, super competitive, still has lots in the tank, but that's going to be totally on him. So that would be a guy that, maybe there's a conversation there. Cousins is coming up after this year. He would be another guy that has experience with the Florida Panthers. Is pesty. I think we all know he just won that major award, most punchable face. So those types of guys are nice to have on your team. And another guy to keep your eye on, because everyone's looking for right shot D. Nick Jensen's in the last year of his contract. He's a right shot D. He played very well last year for the Ottawa Senators, along with Thomas Chabot. He's had an up and down season. He came back from hip surgery. He's potentially a guy that could be moved to. And this is if Ottawa's on the outside and things don't go well the next couple of days. Those are 3 names you could potentially see in my opinion.
I think we should talk about Brady Tkachuk.
Well, Wally was on the Sauce, one of our other shows in Edmonton today, and when I asked him about what could the Sens do if they sell, he just I didn't even ask about Brady. Wally just brought him
back
up.
Back it up. You said Wally was on the Sauce?
It's funny how that kind of rolls off the tongue.
I'm meeting him in like an hour.
Oh yeah, he's in Edmonton.
He better be on the Sauce.
He's in Edmonton right now. But like, what's that relationship like right now between Brady, the fan base, and the organization?
I think it was blown out of proportion. I think, unfortunately, in today's day and age, the loudest voices on social media are in the minority, and it's just the way it is. People, they want to be heard. They want to have their complaints. The fan base is very much still pro Brady Tkachuk, and for Brady, he just wants to win. Like he wants to win. He's a massive part of the community here. He's a great captain, and for him, he just wants to put that whole thing behind him and get back to what's important. And that's, these guys are in the thick of a playoffs chase right now. So there's no issues there with the fan base. This guy, you guys have seen Brady Tkachuk play. There'd be a lineup of teams wanting this guy. He's a heart and soul guy. And the people that understand hockey and get it, like are massive Brady Tkachuk supporters.
It feels like if Ottawa was to sneak into the playoffs here, it feels like they could be a legit threat. Do you think that's fair to say? Like, I feel like there'd be the team, if I'm one of the top teams in the East, I'm looking, I was like, I don't really want to play the Senators, because that would mean they probably got really good goaltending down the stretch, and they're playing really good hockey.
And they can too, because Allmark, to your point on the goaltending, he's an elite goaltender. Yeah, he had some issues this year. He had to take a break because he had some struggles mentally. But if his headspace is in the right spot, he's a former Vezina Trophy winner, and like the thing with him was, can he play a lot of games? But that's not an issue because he had time off this year, so that could happen. And you're exactly right. If they do squeeze in. If you look at the Eastern Conference, it's looking like the Florida Panthers aren't going to make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's usually a team that scares a lot of team in the East. But after that, who really scares you in the Eastern Conference? So yeah, sure, Tampa's a good team, but Buffalo's hot right now. You can look at Carolina. There's always question marks with Carolina as far as goaltending goes. So I think the Eastern Conference is wide open. Whoever gets in there, whoever gets good goaltending, has their special teams humming, that's going to be the team. But I'm with you. You just get in the East this year, anything can happen.
Well, and I think that's why, again, nothing's confirmed. And I don't know if you saw it, Yorkie, but Dreger, Chris Johnson, Pierre LeBrun, they're all reporting that Buffalo and St. Louis are pretty far down the line on a Robert Thomas deal. Like, Buffalo might be sitting there going like, whoa, if we can add Robert Thomas and he's a guy with term, like Buffalo probably believes they can win a playoff round this year.
Why wouldn't they? Look, this was a team that was dead and buried going back to, after the Magic, after Thanksgiving, when you're out of the playoffs, you're like, oh, you're done. Well, not the Buffalo Sabres. And it's pretty crazy, too. When you look at their roster on paper, people have been saying it for years. They have one of the best, most talented blue lines in the National Hockey League. You got Dahlin back there, who's probably a top 10 defenseman in the league. And I take their top 6 over almost any top 6 in the league right now. And they've got talent up front, and they're big. Tage Thompson, 6'7", and they've got youth. They've got the things goaltending, but they've been getting goaltending. So you're right. That's a team that I've got my eye on because they've been playing hot at the right time, and if they can keep it up, boy, oh boy, there'd be a dangerous team in the playoffs.
Yeah, the East could be fun.
So Allmark starts tonight.
Is Allmark starting tonight? Yeah, I would imagine.
I would assume.
And he's playing the Edmonton.
Yeah. As far as I know, he is, guys. He's starting.
Yeah.
So the most on-brand Edmonton Oilers thing is tonight is the turnaround of Allmark's season.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the most Edmonton Oilers thing. We are going to get
the last
so
10
fucking
days.
goalied tonight by Allmark because this is the turning point.
Yeah.
Can you not see that? I don't want to believe it, but it's so true.
Yeah, that's fair.
This what happens at Edmonton. This is what happens. The goalie always comes.
Yeah.
The other week we played Stolarz. They had said something ridiculous like he hadn't had a better than an 890 in however long. And he had the best game of the season. It wasn't even close. He had like a 970.
Senators in the under today if you're a betting man. Yorkie, appreciate you giving us some time. We know you got your own show to do here in about 10 minutes, so thanks for popping on.
Nope, anytime, guys. Great to come on.
There you go. Jason York from Coming In Hot with Brent Wallace. And yeah, you're going to meet up with Wally while he's in town to cover the game tonight. We got a couple other things to keep working on as we get through the show. I know you only got a few minutes left.
Man, I just don't like that there's a narrative building for the goalie.
Well, one other thing, too. Since Ottawa came back from the NHL, they've only allowed 43 shots in 2 games. 20 against Detroit, I think it was, and then 23 against Toronto the other day, and they've allowed 3 goals.
And I think the Toronto game is honestly even more impressive than that because I think through 2 periods, they only had 6 shots or something crazy like that.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, it was a third period kind of onslaught. They turned on the Jets when the game was, getting out of hand. The Sens in their last 2 games, they haven't allowed over 2 expected goals in a game at 5-on-5 in 3 straight games, and in 9 of 10, I think it is, or 8 of 10. That's crazy.
They're due.
This is either going to be a very under 4.5, or this is going to be 8.5.
Oh, we have a line change.
Oh,
Szymanski is on the 3rd line. Frederick is on the 4th line. The D pairings, Walman, Bouchard, Nurse, Emberson, Ekholm, Stasing. I think that's what they were before too. So there you go.
Yep.
Frederick scores, falls down the line.
I mean, they might. I think they're just throwing shit at the wall here to an extent, right?
I mean,
you're trying to get guys going. Yeah, Lazar, Henrique, Freddie, Szymanski, Roslovic, Savoy. I don't mind that 3rd line though.
I just
they're believers in Szymanski, so if you want to play there,
I just think that
he skates.
I think the frustrating part about this lineup and how it's changed so much is that it's not your bottom guys who are harming you. It's the first line is playing no defense. They're just leaking goals. And now all of a sudden you've just had to mishmash everything else when you probably didn't need to. And maybe you could have just moved around that first line a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really liked it when Savoy and Roslovic were on Draisaitl's wing. Podkolzin was playing on his own. I understand Frederick probably isn't the greatest right now, but maybe that's where Szymanski slots in you. Then you have Podkolzin, Szymanski, Frederick. And then Kapanen, I'm sorry, you've come back for 1 game and I didn't even know you played. Just go on the 4th line, provide a bit of speed to that group.
Yeah.
That's how I would do it anyway, but that first line has to be better for them.
One quick note, the Bakersfield Condors did play today. They had a 10:30 puck drop. They're playing still.
Yeah.
Andrew Mangiapane played 1 shift with the Condors and left the bench, went down the tunnel. If you read that, it's not an injury. He has to play 1 game in the American League before he can ever be recalled. they wanted him to not get hurt playing in an American League game, so they played him one shift, sent him to the locker room. Shitty for the Condors that they had to play the rest of the game short, obviously.
Hey, they do whatever Big Brother needs.
Yeah.
Currently winning 3-1 though. James Hamlin, Isaac Howard, and Quinn Hudson with the goals.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn Hudson slowed down as of late, which is interesting because this is the first time he's not playing on a college hockey schedule. So he already would have played the amount of games he would have played last season. He's now surpassed it, and he slowed down a little bit. So it's good to see him get a goal.
Nice. Okay, we got 2 more things to do with Jay here. First up is the Bet365 Game Day Betting Challenge. Download the app today. Use the promo code NATION. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. This thing is going to get interesting because there is a clear first place. There's a clear last place, and like you just said, Jay's got to start swinging here at some point. Do we have an updated standings board?
Yep.
Let's see.
I've won my last 2. So we have the same record. You hit a couple of parlays.
Hit a couple nicer ones. Yeah.
Oh, man, if I can hit tonight, then I'm ahead of Liam.
Unless
I really want you to get a spray tan because it doesn't benefit me. I tan.
Yeah.
I tan.
That's Jay's bet.
Is that Jay's?
I was just pulling it up for him so you could read it later. All right. Picks for tonight, gentlemen.
With so many legs, I've forgotten.
I could envision a scenario where you go, what else did I have in there?
Bang on.
My bet tonight, I'm doing a little 3-legger. I think Connor McDavid's going off. Connor McDavid, 5 shots. Connor McDavid, 2 points. And Edmonton on the puck line comes out to plus 1,100.
Oh, that is juice. I like that one.
I'm calling this
my... Can I trade mine for yours?
Yeah, I'm calling this my nail in the coffin game for the betting challenge. I'm going to hit this, and I'm going to be free and clear from the spray tan. Liam.
Shit, that's a good one. I'm praying for 4 shots.
Mine's not even close to that high. Oilers money line McDavid 2 points plus 155.
All right.
Oilers only minus 120 on the money line tonight.
I know. I took him in
but Ottawa's playing good.
I know. But I just the Oilers.
I have to do all that to hit the same odds.
Yeah. The Oilers last game. What I'll say to back my own idea up. Against this Ottawa team, they only had 22 shots last game and still scored 4. I know Askarov is no all-mark by any means, but they showed they can be productive on them.
I feel like by having him have points and score, it doesn't end at the same value.
Probably
Anyways,
taking goal out.
My bet, Oilers in regulation. Why? Because it's a little bit juicier. Okay, Connor, we only win if Connor performs. 2+ points. Connor, I think, is going to score a goal.
Oh, my God.
So 4+ shots. Connor, 2 score a goal. And just to sweeten it up a little bit, Wallman 2+ shots.
So it's worth
plus 1150.
I am so screwed if either of your guys bets it.
So I am all in. I'm all in on McDavid going hot tonight. Wallman chucking a couple on net, and then the Oilers just win in regulation.
Well, and
that's it.
Oh no, there's a world where one of us hits and the other one doesn't.
It's funny because our bets are almost exactly the same, except the Wallman 2 shots in.
And a McDavid goal.
So, but that makes a point.
Yeah.
Ish, it's very adjacent. You de-risked it, and I'm only getting very little juice.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 game bets left.
Yeah.
Right. Including this one. So
that's all 14. I need. That's all I need.
God damn it.
All right, there's our betting challenge for Bet365. One more thing to do with Jay, and that is our mystery player of the game. $25 to the Sports Closet up for grabs. If you've never played before, here is how it works. I give you clues. You try to guess the player in the chat. It is someone who's played for both Ottawa and Edmonton. If you're one of the first 3 people to get it right, your name goes in the wheel. If the wheel lands on you, you get $25 to our friends over at the Sports Closet. So let's give the people their first clue. A player who played for both Edmonton and Ottawa. I was a top 5 pick in the NHL draft. That is clue number 1. We joked off the jump that it is not Derek Brassard today. So you know that.
I got it.
I was a top 5 pick in the NHL draft, and you played for both
Edmonton and Ottawa.
I'll give a clue once they've gone through. I will know if I'm right or not.
First round of guesses coming in. Nobody has got it. Oh, a couple people got it. Clue number 2.
Oh,
I was traded 3 times in my career, but signed as a free agent in Edmonton. And clue number 3.
Oh,
I was a shootout specialist.
Oh,
Also, what was
Yeah.
if you haven't got it yet, which people have,
out
was,
of the BCHL.
was not a top 5 pick by the Senators either.
No.
No.
Top 5 pick of the Arizona Coyotes.
Phoenix Coyotes.
Phoenix Coyotes. Sorry,
Yeah,
Liam.
Coquitlam Express alumni, I believe.
Oh, there's a good pull. Yes, the mystery player today is one Kyle Turris. Aaron, the names are Rye Guy, Mitch Varenka.
Former Crusader.
Mitch Varenka.
I think so.
Interesting
That's
thing to
funny.
pull. Shout out to Mitch. And then the third name is B. Congdon.
If I'm not mistaken, the Nashville Predators are still paying Kyle Turris.
Oh, and it's not even particularly close to being over, I don't think.
Oh, really?
Yep, they have till 2028. They are paying him.
Yeah,
He
Kyle,
has 2 years for every year. 2
he
million.
has 2 more years. Matt Duchene has 3 more years on his buyout. Matt Duchene's a good player still.
Yeah, they're paying Matt Duchene $6.5 million this year. Damn,
Nashville is?
Nashville is.
Yeah. They're paying the combined Duchene Turris duo $8.5 million. Rye Guy, Mitch, and B. Congdon are in. Spin that wheel. Boop, 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 do, 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 do. Rye Guy.
This is
Gonna
a
go to
lag.
Rye Guy. All right, Rye Guy, email me, Tyler at Oilersnation.com, and I'll get you hooked up with your $25 to the Sports Closet. Thank
Well
you
done, Rye
for
Guy.
playing our mystery player today. There you go. 24 hours removed-ish. 23 hours removed from the Connor Murphy trade. Still like it? Still good? I think I actually like it more than I did in the moment.
So I always remember every time we play the Blackhawks, Connor Murphy is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's a known problem. So
Play
now he's
stopper.
our problem to other teams. So I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Some of that crit in the corners. Big guy.
I have
Chance to win.
I've decided that Connor Murphy is an equivalent deal to when Colorado acquired Josh Manson.
Tell me more
few
about
years
this
ago.
little bit of research you
Ooh,
did.
I would not compare. Okay.
Why wouldn't
okay.
you compare them?
Well, Josh Manson is way meaner.
Yeah, well,
Way meaner.
I would agree. He is a lot meaner of a player, but I think in the sense of 2 defensively responsible players, I think they balance out your lineup. Don't get me wrong. Colorado's blue line when they acquired him was way better than what the Oilers was, but it took minutes away from Bowen Byram and Samuel Girard that year, and he was just able to take a bit more defensive responsibility. Obviously, provides a bit more depth, and they only gave up a 2nd-round pick as well. I think one other thing to consider if you go and compare the numbers, I am writing an article on it too. Manson was coming from a team with Hampus Lindholm, Cam Fowler, Shea Theodore was
Theodore.
also on the team, where Connor Murphy is coming from a team where he's 10 years older than basically every defenseman on the blue line. So I
10
like.
years older?
Oh yeah, he's 32, and basically everyone on that. Everyone else is basically a rookie on that Chicago.
Oh, in
blue line.
Chicago.
Yeah, in Chicago.
Sorry. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he doesn't play the minutes that Manson did, because I think his minutes were brought down, which you saw last season. He was playing like 20 minutes. This season was like closer to 17. But they had a lot of guys like Lev Shunov, that one 6'8" guy. They've got a couple other guys come through, and they just took minutes away from him. But I like the signing a lot, and I hope I think the Oilers have a lot more issues in that 2020 Colorado team, obviously. But I hope that Connor Murphy can have a similar impact.
I mean, we need help defensively, and
Yeah.
hopefully he can bring it. And the acquisition cost was low, so I'm fine.
Yep, I am too. And apparently the Oilers did try and trade Mangiapane to Chicago, but they wanted a 1st-round pick.
To take Mangiapane?
And the Oilers would still get Connor Murphy at 50% retained.
Oh, so up the pick to a 1st, then they take Mangiapane.
Yeah, so
I would hope you can get out of the Mangiapane thing in another deal then.
I think it's going to cost you a 3rd or 4th, and you'll be fine with it.
Yep. Jay, one more thing that I want to bring up with you before we let you go is an event we got coming up this Friday. Tell us why you're so excited for this.
Well, this is for my daughter's preschool.
And it's also at Uncle Glenn's.
And it's at Uncle Glenn's. So for those of you that grew up in West Edmonton or currently reside there, there is an institution of a pub called Uncle Glenn's in the Rio Terrace neighborhood. So we have partnered up with them with the Rio Terrace Community League preschool, which my daughter attends, as a fundraiser. So it's an unofficial/official Nation Watch Party. So we're selling tickets for $35. You get the famous. You get to have some of the famous Uncle Glenn's wood-fired pizza. You get a prepaid beverage. You get to hang out with us. We got some really good draw prize. You get to enter in a draw. And Tyler Yaremchuk is hosting a live auction.
I'm allowed to do it?
You're allowed to do it.
Hell yeah. What kind of prize? We got a signed RNH jersey?
It's a signed RNH jersey.
So I'm going to just auction off that?
You're just going to auction off that. The rest will be draw prizes.
So we'll do that at one of the intermissions.
One of the intermissions. And then I want you to do some of your charity magic as well. Or trivia magic as well. Magic.
Okay. Sounds good.
So it's going to be a party.
You can...
There's a lot of there's a lot of parents in the West End that all have babysitting, and it's a flashing green light. So you want to come join some middle-aged people, get after it?
And me?
Unky G's.
Is this the place you can throw peanuts on the ground?
Isn't it?
COVID killed it. COVID killed it, but it was like the last institution had the popcorn machine, and you could throw nuts on the floor. Now everyone has a fucking nut allergy, but anyways,
it's so soft.
If Uncle Glenn's,
how are you gonna let a nut control your life like that?
If I was involved in Uncle Glenn's, I would bring the peanuts back. I'm fine without the popcorn machine, but the peanuts.
I've been to Uncle Glenn's a couple of times. My friend lives right by there. It's a great spot.
It's a great spot.
Well, come if you can. Check out nationgear.ca. It's for a good cause. And yeah, it's going to be a good night.
I hear 500, 550, 555, 75 to the gentleman in the back.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited for. I put it in the group chat. I'm like, we're hosting a live auction now. They're like, what? I'm like, just let it happen. Tyler Yaremchuk just really wants to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for popping on, Jay. Good to have you back on Game Days.
Thanks. Miss you guys.
There
See
you
you
go.
Friday.
What do we got to do for Steve Peters? How do you want me to read him? We read everything already today. Capital GMC Buick Game Day. There you go. Shout out to our friends once again at Capital GMC Buick. 5 players from the current team drive vehicles from Capital GMC Buick. Find out more online, capitalgmcbuick.ca, as we welcome in our friend Steve Peters from inside the coach's room. Always fun to have PD on the show. What did you think of my auctioneering skills there? You think I'm going to be good at this?
It's really good. Any place I can go where they have nuts on the floor, I'm in. Get your nuts on the floor at Unky G's. Let's go.
Stan Bowman threw his nuts on the table yesterday, made his first move of deadline season, acquiring Connor Murphy for a second-round pick. You would have been in the organization with Murphy when he started in Arizona, correct?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of this kid. I think it's a great move. And I tell you what, this is why it's so hard to do these trade deadline shows and everybody gives your predictions. You don't know. Like, Connor Murphy's value to the Edmonton Oilers is specific to the Edmonton Oilers. I really think it's a great fit. Not a good fit, but a great fit. Everything the Oilers struggle at right now, defending 5-on-5, penalty kill, their ability to keep their shots down, they can't box out in front of that. All of those things are going to be helped with Connor Murphy. The things they do well, moving the puck up the ice, playing quick, and have offense from defense, he's not going to contribute there. But you don't need that. You got that. So I think it's a great move by the Oilers.
So where would you slot Connor Murphy on this Oilers blue line right now? Because he's not going to play tonight, but the Oilers have shoveled up their pairs a little bit and spread out Nurse, Bouchard. What was it? What's the pairings? Wallman, Bouchard, Nurse, Emerson, and it's Ekholm, Stasny. Where do you think he fits best and his kind of role should be?
Well, this is going to be interesting to see what the Oilers do here going forward. I really think you want to load up on that top pair, put Ekholm and Bouchard together on the top pair. I like it, the second pair with Jake Wallman and Murphy, if he can handle those minutes. That's the concern. Can he play those minutes? Ekholm can carry the puck up the ice. Connor Murphy can defend. If you want to have the powerhouse big men, we can defend, look out, you're not getting to the front of the net, but then it's Nurse and Murphy. I do like the ability to play right, left as much as possible, and I know Bowman mentioned that in his comments following this trade. You want to see that. But I really like him with Wallman. I just don't know if he can jump up his minutes that much from where he's at now with about 16 with Chicago. He's going to have to jump to 18 and 20. I think he can handle it, but I like him either with Wallman or Nurse.
It's interesting to see what some people, like, again, a lot of the analytics look really good on Connor Murphy. Some of the more traditional numbers maybe don't. And I point to that and go, he's not playing on a good team. Some people have pointed out, though, that, like, he hasn't played a ton against elites in Chicago. He hasn't gotten a lot of those heavy matchups. Like, is there any concern in what Connor Murphy can do as a defenseman for the Oilers?
Yeah, of course. And one of the things that you're concerned about is the pace of the game today and the pace of the game in the playoffs. At 32 years old, he's not the quickest defenseman on the Oiler roster, and he clearly wasn't the fastest on Chicago's roster. So when you want to eat minutes, luckily he doesn't have to play against Connor McDavid. So that is one of the benefits, but his pace is going to be a problem for him. I do believe the biggest asset, though, Tyler, is his ability to kill penalties. He is on the top penalty killing pair on the Chicago Blackhawks, who, surprisingly enough, are number one in the National Hockey League right now. So he's the top pair on the top team, going to a team that struggles on the penalty kill, that throws Bouchard over the boards to kill penalties. I think this is going to alleviate Bouchard's load on the penalty kill, focus more on 5-on-5 play, offensive zone starts, and power play time. So it's benefiting the Oilers. And this isn't a knock. Yeah, it is a knock on Bouchard's ability to defend on the penalty. It is. It's going to be better for Bouchard not to have those tough minutes on the penalty kill that you can see Connor Murphy eat for him. I really think that piece alone is going to help. You're going to see, I believe, and we'll revisit this in 2 months, I think you're going to see the Oilers starting to climb in their penalty kill numbers almost immediately, because I think Connor Murphy does those things with his stick and his ability to play in front of the goaltender, box out, clear out those rebounds. I think it's going to help significantly on the penalty kill.
The one thing, just on the penalty kill, Stan Bowman was on the radio yesterday, and he said that Chicago and Edmonton play the same penalty kill system. So he should be able to just slide right in, which is a positive. I just wanted to ask you too, PD, and I'm not sure how much Chicago games you've watched this season, but have his minutes reduced because of his play, or my assumption is it's because like Lefshunov and Rinzel have kind of come into the lineup, and Wyatt Kaiser too. Like, is it because they're just playing their young guys a bit more that he's fallen down?
100%. I mean, the focus in Chicago is not winning games. The focus in Chicago is getting the young players experienced enough so they can make the step in the next level. And you look at their defense, and you nailed it, Liam, when you talked earlier. He is 10 years older. This is the youngest defensive blue line in the National Hockey League. I love their blue line. I think they're very good. They're better when Connor Murphy's in the lineup because he brings things, calms things down in the defensive zone. Everything, you get those young players, and they do make mistakes. Rinzel's been up and down in this lineup, a lot of turnovers. Levshinov's really young, but offensively gifted. Vlasic and Kaiser, all of these young guys are going to be great, just not now. And I think that Murphy, you don't need him to do all of the things that they needed him to do in Chicago. I think his role will be much less limited. However, he's second in goals for Chicago by defensemen. It's only 5, but he does bring that. You are not looking for any offense from this kid. None. Don't care. I mean, you have the offensive defenseman that can transport the puck. You need him to be able to get the puck from his goal line to the blue line, off the glass and out, if it means that. I do think that his strengths play perfectly into what the Oilers need, and especially what they need right now for a team that's really struggling to keep the puck out of the net.
I want to read you something here from Kevin Woodley, In Goal Magazine. He does great stuff breaking down goaltending situations around the league. And he was on with Gregor yesterday, and he said, Jari has an expected save percentage of .859 since January 22nd, and Ingram is at an .869. Woodley adds the defensive environment simply hasn't been good enough. For those who don't know that stat, it's basically like, with the quality of chances you give up, what save percentage would an average goalie give you? What's the expected save percentage? The fact that Jari's at .859 and Ingram's at .869, like, and I know you had a board on your Twitter the other day, and you had a breakdown talking about like how good Skinner's looked since he's got to Pittsburgh. Even like, are we too hard on the goaltending in Edmonton sometimes?
Absolutely, and I don't know, Aaron. I scratched together a video. Did Aaron get that video?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just checking in really quick.
We got something? This is exciting.
Yeah, if you can cue this up, this just shows how difficult, like it's a bad defensive rush read. This is a team that doesn't defend well off the rush. They don't back check the right places. And you end up with players all alone in front of the net, all over the ice. They chase the puck. They don't take their player to the net. That's part of system, how aggressively they attack the puck. But what happens is you end up with players in front of the goaltender the entire game. You're not following the players off the wall. You're chasing the puck. You're puck watching. You're looking for offense. And that way you don't defend. Here's Draisaitl, guilty again of chasing the puck and not following his check off the wall. 3 players below the goal line. 3. And where is the Anaheim Duck? In front all alone. Like, it is not once or twice. These are over the last 10 games. This isn't over 2 seasons. This is 10 games. And this just shows the inability for the Edmonton Oilers to defend and how often. I took out all the special teams and I took out the breakaways. Like, this is horrific defending It's not bad. It's horrific. Like this team's not going to win a cup, and they won't be in the Stanley Cup Finals if this doesn't get better. And no question, this isn't the goalie's fault. They have to be better in their own end.
So why has this happened? Because Knobloch has come in, and I would think that defensively they've looked a lot better under Knobloch. We see it a lot in the playoffs as well. They shut down the Vegas Golden Knights in that second round last year and gave them nothing. And now all of a sudden they look like a team that's hunting for Gavin McKenna at the top of the draft.
There's no question. And we talked about it on this show a year ago. I thought the first round against LA, I didn't think they defended well. I really didn't. But as that series went on, this is a team that defended extremely well. And I was surprised at how well they defended and won the battles 50-50 along the wall, pulled out and defended through the neutral zone. Right now, this team is so aggressive on the puck. And they're so concerned with creating offense that they are forgetting the play behind them. Now, some of that structure, some of that is the ability for the coaching staff to say, hey, let's switch our focus from this offense. This team's going to score. We have the ability to score, but we are not going anywhere unless we defend. It's got to be a message. And honestly, it's going to have to start accountability inside the room with the leaders. It's going to start with McDavid. It's going to start with Draisaitl, because you need to see those guys do it consistently. And I've talked about it on this show, and I know people don't like to hear it. McDavid over back checks almost every time back into the zone because he's aggressively pursuing the puck. McDavid wants the puck back, not always the right play. Instead of assessing the situation and back checking to the middle of the ice and taking away options, Connor's going for the puck. And his ability to get there quickly is great, but that leaves holes in behind. The indifference of Draisaitl at times and his ability to defend, and Tyler and I have talked about this at length, and his interest in defending from the blue line in, it jumps incredibly in the playoffs. Like his games 1 through 82, not so interested. 83 on, different player. I don't think this team can switch that on like a light switch come game 83. They have to defend better. And I'm hoping the acquisition of Connor Murphy helps at least one set of defensemen that can protect the front of the net in front of their goaltenders. That the thought process is defend the blue, let somebody else worry about the offense.
Well, and then
so many questions.
Well, the next area I wanted to go to was like, again, I think sometimes people just view it in too much of like a linear fashion, where like a goal goes in and they go, God, you need a save. And then the next layer is like, well, the blue line's terrible. They can't defend. And it's like, no, like this is a team effort. Like I watched that one goal against San Jose from the other day. McDavid's in the corner, Nuge just standing in front with his stick on his hips. Like, again, the next move for the Oilers is going to be a forward. A defensively minded forward is something they need, because the forwards can, even some of those rush goals, it's like it's the third guy on the rush who's scoring. It's like, where's your F1 on the back check?
Yeah, and part of that, though, Tyler, is, and maybe, again, I'm not in this room, so I don't know, but there seems to be some confusion when players, the forwards specifically, are back checking and arriving in D-zone coverage. There's some confusion on when the opponents cross the blue line, who's attacking the puck, who's taking the middle lane drive, and who has the outside lane. It's not consistent. I like to watch video and go, okay, I can tell what they're trying to do and they're making mistakes. I don't know. Sometimes the forward chases the puck on that entry. Sometimes the forward has the wide lane on that entry. Sometimes both defensemen go to the puck. It's very inconsistent. I think that is the number one thing this team needs to clean up defensively, because this league is a speed league. It's a transition league. It's a turnover league. You have to read the rush. And the most dangerous player on that rush, there's two of them. The middle lane drive guy is dangerous because he's closest to the net. And then the fourth guy into the rush, that late guy. And that's the back checker's responsibility. Those two to me are the most dangerous. And right now, the Oilers aren't getting either one of those players. So for me, it's got to clean up the ability to read the rush. And you do that by repetition and practice and in video every single day, so that you know what you're supposed to do. And if you do that 9 out of 10 times, you're going to make the right play. You're still going to get beat and there's still going to be mistakes, but you have to get in that habit of doing things correctly. And Edmonton's not doing that. And you're right, not the goalie, not just the defense. It is a group of 6.
So
I'm always so fascinated where you're going to go.
Okay, so I think there's a coaching issue in Edmonton. I think that it can be on the players to an extent to execute, but the system also has to be there. So maybe I'm wrong in that, but how much of this is on the coaching staff now that it's got to this point?
This is tough because you've had the same players, and I mean core players, that have driven this bus for quite a while. Through Tippett, through Jay Woodcroft. We're on coach number 3 with this core. And I've worked with Dave Tippett, who's an extremely talented defending coach. I think he coaches. He's the favorite coach I've ever worked for. He's very, very good at defending, but the Oilers had similar issues there. I think Jay is a structured guy, and they did equally as well as poor as they did under Tippett. So I think what this coaching staff has been able to do, and let's face it, it's about McDavid. And this coach is here because of McDavid. And this structure is about McDavid. And everything the Oilers do is about McDavid. When there's a problem, what do? We throw 97 over the boards. That's the Oilers' way right now. We solve our problems by throwing the best player in the world on the ice. You got to be more than that. And to me, when I look at a team, I don't care if it's Pee-wees, Bantams, all the way up to the NHL, when you're giving up these kind of opportunities in front of the net front consistently, where there's players standing all alone, it is a system problem. And you're right. You can't do that by accountability in the room. That's got to be a system play in that you can take away ice time. Dude, if you're not going to cover the front of the net, you're not going over the boards. And now that I have Connor Murphy, I'm throwing somebody else out there. You're not going to back check properly. Guess what? We're going to put somebody else out there. And that is a coaching issue. You have to hold players accountable. And sometimes you have to be the bad guy. This is the NHL. This is their job, because you have to do things right. If you want to be the last team standing, the little details I just showed, there is zero chance. I mean, zero chance that the Edmonton Oilers can repeat as Western Conference champions if they do not clean up their net front D-zone coverage.
We should send Petey into the locker room. Like, hey, here, I want to go play good defense now.
Well, I'll say this. How is nobody in that damn room talking about this? Like, how
they might
are we,
be, though, and the players might just be like, I'm
and
good.
then maybe that does come down to the players on that side of things if they're just not listening. But we're at game 61 or whatever it is. Like, it's crazy that we are the Oilers. If they lose and a team wins below them, I think they could be tied for the last spot in the playoffs or whatever it is. It's too close to even think about, and it's ridiculous.
What's hard to do, though, Liam, in this roster, and this is putting a lot of shoulders on McDavid and Draisaitl, is it's hard to hold the best players on your team and in the league accountable. And I know that sounds odd that you treat everybody the same. Dude, you don't. No. You don't. There is the best players on every single team. This isn't specific to the Oilers. The best players on every team get preferential treatment. They do get passes in the defensive zone because they're going to make up for it on the offensive zone. It's reality. That's just the way it is. And unfortunately, when it is these players that are making the mistakes, it's a concern. And I want to liken something. My favorite player still to watch in the National Hockey League, not the fastest, not the most talented, but does things right on every zone on the ice, is Sidney Crosby. And when Sidney Crosby backchecks, he backchecks to the correct player. When he backchecks, he's defending. When he's in the defensive zone, he knows where to go. And I know he's not the fastest, but that hockey IQ makes him special. And if you can get your best player on your team, and that's Connor McDavid, if he can buy into the defending, and I don't want this to sound wrong, because Connor McDavid doesn't make mistakes because he's lazy. He doesn't. He makes mistakes because he's moving too fast. He makes mistakes because he wants the puck, and he should have the puck. And so he drifts naturally to the puck. I don't know if you can ever break Connor McDavid to go, hey, just stand in the slot. I don't know if he can do that. And so I think you have to have wingers that are incredibly responsible with Connor McDavid. And you just need to get him the puck going in the correct direction, and you got a chance to score. But you need somebody else to be able to play from the hash marks down to the front of the net. And I know that sounds incredible and counterintuitive, and Oiler fans may not like what I have to say, but it's just the reality. He has to be better in defending in his own end.
His greatest strength is also his biggest weakness. Connor McDavid.
That's very profound of you, Liam.
Liam, that's great. You should clip that. That's like a movie soundtrack. I love it.
I'll put it on my next movie, I think.
What do you make of the rumblings today that Buffalo could be interested in Robert Thomas? And I mean, Jeremy Rutherford, who does a great job of covering the Blues for The Athletic, he's now come out and said, listen, there's more than just Buffalo who's going far down the line. He mentioned Anaheim as a team who's making calls to the Blues. But what do you make of all this Robert Thomas smoke?
I think surprisingly, I really like the Buffalo Sabres. I've spent a lot of time watching them over the last few days, and this team does a lot of things right, but they do it with young players. The one thing they're missing, I know they've got Alec Tuck and Jason Zucker who do bring some of that leadership there, but they need some secondary scoring that could be consistent with a playoff run. And I think this team's making the playoffs. I like Krabs. I like Norris. I like Doan. I like Benson. But you want to have somebody who's been there before. You want to have somebody with a little bit more experience. I think he fits in phenomenally well with this roster. And that's why when you talk about trade deadline acquisitions, the guy's got to fit, man. And he's got to fit in a roster, and you got to look, okay, this guy's going to fit here. We talked about it with Panarin on Daily Faceoff Live. I liked him in LA prior to the trade because I said LA's really weak on the left side. They're playing Perry way too high in the lineup, and he's a good fit there. And ironically, I got one right. I will get the rest of them wrong because it's way too hard, because some teams don't need that top player. And Connor Murphy is not a top player. Connor's not, he's not even and a lot of teams, he's not a top 4 defenseman, but he's exactly what they need in Edmonton. So that's why it's so hard to predict who's going to go where. Even when you hear these rumblings and money and fit, it's got to be who fits in the 20-man roster and where they fit in that lineup.
Last one then for you, as we look ahead to what the Oilers could do. Again, they're going to add to this forward group in some capacity. Some of the names that we've kind of been hearing as rumblings: Cody Glass in New Jersey, Nicholas Waugh, Kirby Dach in Montreal has been thrown out there, Claude Giroux in Ottawa. As I say any of those, is there anyone who you think could be like a sneaky good fit in Edmonton?
Well, and the one you brought up there is Claude Giroux, and for the same reasons that I just said about the move in Buffalo, I think this locker room could use another guy that's been there that can play in any situation, can be offensive gifted enough to play in your top 6, smart enough to play in your bottom 6, can kill penalties, can be a power play, can play in every situation. Oh, and by the way, can take faceoffs, one of the best in the league, which is going to be important when you're in a playoff run, that you have the puck more often than your opponent, and also a guy in the room that young guys can look up to and go, oh, hey. And not that there's a shortage of really good guys in the room in Edmonton to look up to, but that veteran voice that you go, okay, this guy's been around. Like, he's been around a lot of really good players, and he's been around a very long time. I think that's a good fit for Edmonton because of his ability to be a Swiss Army knife and play in so many situations.
Petey, as always, appreciate your time. Thanks for popping on. We'll catch up again soon.
Thanks, Ty. Appreciate it. See you, Liam.
Farewell.
Farewell indeed. But it's not goodbye. It's see you later. Petey will be back. Claude Giroux, I'm really intrigued by him.
I'm taking Kirby Dach.
I want Iguodala.
Laser beam.
You want Kirby Dach? You're all in on him.
No, certainly not all in. But I'm kind of been on this idea for a little bit of like, one, I don't think the Oilers are winning the Stanley Cup. I don't think they're going to come particularly close to it, to be honest. And by particularly close, I still think they can make the Western Conference Finals.
Yep.
Because the Pacific sucks. With that said, they need to stay on that side of the bracket. Besides the point there, if you can get a 25-year-old centerman, we talked about it with Brady Schneider a little bit. We mentioned it with Will Cooley when we did that little discussion the other day. I just think those players don't come around that often, that I'd be willing to take a chance on him getting better. Now, injuries are going to happen. I always think, too, when players go to different organizations, maybe that, what would you call them? Team physio, I guess, on the team, see something a little bit different that Kirby's doing in his game that can help him prevent injury, stuff like that. So I believe in that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't mind the idea of taking a chance on a Kirby Dach. Plus, if he is a free agent at the end of the year,
RFA, yeah,
you can probably negotiate still a decent contract.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, like you could just not qualify him and let him walk if you hate him.
Yeah,
you could
and also
offer him something. Yeah,
but if it goes bad, let's say it goes average. How much of a raise is he getting? $4.5 million?
No, he's not getting any. He's taking a pay cut next year.
Okay, even better. It works out more in my benefit.
I
just think like next year, gun to your head.
Yep.
Let me get it on screen. And it's not. I'm not even going to shoot because I know the answer. Would you take Kirby Dach or Adam Henrique next season?
Kirby Dach.
There you go.
See, no hesitation.
No hesitation. There you go.
No hezzy.
It's no hezzy. I think it's a good. I think it'd be a decent addition. I like the idea. Rejuvenated guy again. Bowman drafted him. So.
And you know what? The fact that Bob's doing this, that little rascal, he knows something. And he's always like Kirby Dach.
Yeah, he is made of glass. Sure.
My friend Joe, should we trade for Line and sign him right away?
Joe.
There
was a super chat, and the person who put the super chat in did it wrong.
Oh.
They gave the money, so thank you for your $1 donation to the Ben Stelz Foundation.
Do you honestly think they'll make the playoffs? Was their comment?
Yeah, I think he asked earlier in the in this show too, so I'll answer his question.
I think
I still believe. And is it because I believe in the Edmonton Oilers? I'm not sure. But it's because I don't believe in any of the teams below them to actually make a push to get them.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, San Jose, I know they have 3 games in hand. If the Oilers have shown up with any kind of defensive effort the other day, they would have killed them.
But they didn't.
And I agree. But other teams probably will. Nashville, they're going to sell guys.
Yeah.
LA, maybe the worst team in the NHL right now. And the other 3, Winnipeg, Calgary, and Chicago. Vancouver's so bad we didn't even put them on these damn standings. They're not even in the wild card race.
We're good.
So, yeah, I'd be fine with... I think they will. I just can't even comprehend the idea of the Oilers not making the playoffs. And maybe that's stupid of me. And whatever. I don't really give a shit. But this team cannot miss the playoffs. They have no choice. So I would like us all in the chat to not even think about it anymore. Unless by the end of the week they don't win a hockey game. If they go 0-3 this week, I will concede and say they miss. And they fully deserve to. But until then, I'm all aboard. And it's a cup year. There you go, Lance. It's definitely not. But
Aaron, if you want to pull up the Spotify comments, we can get to those before we wrap up the show. Someone said Line on Draisaitl's wing for 1 year, $2 million. No, he's not a good hockey player anymore. He can't. No. He's also made of glass, and he can't play defense.
Yeah,
him and Draisaitl would be on the ice for 100 goals against a season.
Draisaitl would hate it,
and Draisaitl would hate him. Correct.
Hate that. There's a reason Pod Colson sticks with him
because he works his bag off.
Yes, and they're best friends.
And also, what PD was saying about how you need 2 uber reliable wingers with Connor McDavid. That is why there's one line that never gets broken up. Nugent Hyman stick with Connor.
Kirby Dach.
Mm-hmm.
Is he just coming back from his knee surgery? Is that the thing? I'm just trying to piece this together a little bit. It seems like it. Says Kirby Dach is out for the rest of the 24-25 season. Oh, is he done?
No, he came back and got hurt again in November. But he's been healthy since the end of January.
Sweet.
Scored the other night against Washington.
We are rolling.
All right. Spotify comments from yesterday. What do we... We got 2. We didn't give the people a great prompt, to be fair. Chandler says, I really like the Murphy trade. Very reasonably priced with 50% retained, and there's still enough ammo to make another ad. Brady says Nick Roy, Nick Waugh, or Jenner. Picks and Mangiapane out. It's simple. You're not getting both those guys. But, we talked about a lot of forwards today. We talked about Giroux, Nick Waugh, Cody Glass, Kirby Dach, reacquiring Corey Perry. Plenty of options. So let us know in the Spotify comments. What do you think? Who do you want to see the Oilers go and get?
I'm just reading about Kirby Dach. I'll read the first line. The second line there. I'll read the second paragraph from the Montreal Gazette, which came out today. Kirby Dach has missed half of the Canadiens' games over the last 4 years because of injuries. The 25-year-old has had a reconstructive surgery twice on his right knee.
Well, we know what the problem is.
Yeah, his knee. Just got a new knee. Well, she did twice. The first to repair a torn ACL and MCL ligaments suffered during the second game of the 23-24 season, and the second last February to fix a torn ACL again. Dach has missed 34 games this season, including 31 after breaking a bone in his right foot, where it meets the ankle in mid-November.
Listen,
the title of this article, to give you some hope, Canadians hoping Kirby Dach can hold on to spot on line 1. There you go.
Okay.
We're in. I'm all in. People in the chat. Yes. Knockout Panda. Yes, please. Buff. Not injury prone at all. Sign him. Westside Shane. Dach is someone Bowman would go get. I'm with you guys. Very optimistic in the chat. Base Ivy. I'm good. Let's go get him, he says. All of them said that. Matt agreed, Liam. See? Shoot him again. Hell yeah. Keep them coming. I love this optimism. Finally, we're not talking about how Ken Holland is a better GM than Stan Bowman.
Pierre LeBrun's got a new article up. He says Nick Waugh could be a fit. I wonder if Edmonton could get Toronto to take Mangiapane in a potential Waugh trade if the Oilers have the necessary sweetener. I could see another second-round pick and Mangiapane out for Nick Waugh. I wouldn't like that trade all that much because, again, I want out of Mangiapane's contract and I want a better center than Nick Waugh. But here's an interesting one. If the Oilers go the winger route, pending Predators unrestricted free agents Michael Bunting and Michael McCarron could also fit the bill, giving their physicality and ruggedness. Bowman did say yesterday he's intrigued, or he wants to add some physicality to the bottom six.
Yeah, and Michael McCarron is tough, first of all. There's no doubt about it. I know his metrics.
And he's a right shot.
Yeah, but provide some physicality. I wouldn't hate it because he's only like 900,000. Maybe you can get some retention and still keep making moves.
Can I give you a mock trade?
Please.
Mangiapane, a second and a fifth.
Okay, for Michael McCarron.
For Bunting and McCarron.
What's Bunting's contract?
4.5, so they'd keep it down to 2.25. Him and McCarron would be 3.1.
Yes.
The money works.
Yeah.
Second, fifth, Mangiapane for McCarron and Bunting.
Yeah, and that's just off the cuff. I don't really know a lot about.
I think it's not my favorite, but the value I think is there.
I like that. Also, Bunting, famously Hyman Light.
Well, Toronto was certainly. It'd be so bleeping funny if the Oilers got both Bunting and Hyman, and then they both played really well, and the Leafs just had to sit there and watch.
Can you? I know we're right on cue here. Sorry. Can you tell me what McCarron's skating ability is, and I will look at Bunting.
The other name that Pierre LeBrun just threw out, I'll read you this line. Could a bigger target like Braden Schenn of the St. Louis Blues make sense? 2 years left on his
contract. To the Oilers?
Yeah, 2 years left at $6.5 million. So St. Louis would need to retain some salary. And what's the cost of doing that? Schenn's physical makeup and Stanley Cup winning pedigree. It's an enticing idea. If they kept 50%, would you do Howard, Mangiapane, and a first for Schenn at 50% retained?
Oh, man. I don't know.
Michael McCarron doesn't skate well.
Okay, then that's fine, though. Let me think about it and come back to me tomorrow.
I'd strongly consider.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because I know what the impact Brady Schenn can have, but I also know he's taken a big step back.
Michael Bunting is 67th percentile skating.
Is that good? Higher the better, right?
Yeah, higher the better. So he's above 50.
Okay, that's good.
It's above average, yep. McCarron was below 50. And Braden Schenn is below 50.
But if Michael McCarron, if you acquired him in this deal and just basically say Mangiapane for Bunting, and we just want McCarron, and you see it as similar to the Henrique trade with St. Clair, we got an extra forward. I don't think you're upset that Michael McCarron is on your team.
I mean, he could be your 13th forward.
Yeah, exactly.
You're basically just saying, is he better than Curtis Lazar?
Oh, Adam Henrique.
Or Rico, yeah.
That's the other side. The money in the playoffs, if Henrique isn't playing.
Yeah, and you're good. Yeah. Okay, that is a wrap on today's edition of the show. A lot of fun there. Tomorrow, I don't know who we have. Maybe Jeff Merrick's probably going to join us one of the 2 days. And, DJ Bean, I think one of the 2 days as well. DJ. But that's a wrap on today's edition of the show, everybody. Enjoy the game tonight. AB.
One thing, if Oilers make any trade, we will go live.
Oh, yeah.
If it's not within show hours, then obviously we'll figure it out.
Who you got on pre-post tonight?
Michael Menzies and his BBL, the big black laptop, makes its reappearance back into the chat.
BBL Menzies.
Good one. Buckle up, folks.
Okay. Good show. 6 o'clock start for pre-gaming tonight. Post-game immediately following the final buzzer. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you to Jason York, who's always just so much fun to talk to. And a big shout out to Steve Peters, who came loaded with some good insight as well. That's a wrap. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll see you all tomorrow. Oil up. What's up, Nation citizens? If you enjoyed today's episode of Oilers Nation Every Day, make sure you hit the subscribe button here on our YouTube to not miss any of our content. We got you covered from interviews, insight, analysis, everything you need to stay up to date on everything around the team. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video.